Hey everybody, good morning. I'm coming to you from my very dark office because it's super gloomy and rainy outside. Thanks to everybody who watched my Q&A video. That was super long. So today's going to be my attempt at a 10 in 10 video. I'm going to share 10 sales with you that I had. And many of those were made on a 50% off sale that I had. So I just wanted to show you some of the lower dollar value items that I've been selling through my sale, and I'll go into a little bit more detail, but let's go pull the items and then we'll come back and I'll show you what sold over the weekend.
I store shoes all over my basement. My ankle boots are located at the bottom of the steps on a rack. These mules, these are Stuart Weitzman, and I keep those under my staircase on another shoe rack where I keep a lot of comfort shoes, mules, fit flops, that type of style. Now I'm searching for a sweater in a bin, and even though I do inventory my stuff according to bin, they aren't categorized once they're inside the bin. So I'll know where a particular item is located, but then I do have to hunt in the bin. And the sweaters, I have similar colors here, so they were all kind of hiding one another. But I found what I was looking for, pulled up that little piece of lint, and kept going. This is a Patagonia sweatshirt that had not yet been inventoried. I had just shown it in a haul, so it wasn't yet in my inventory system. And yeah, then I just grab a couple more things and we're ready to chat.
All right, so I pulled everything and I just want to tell you a little bit about the sale that I ran. Posture VA is a virtual assistant or a bot that shares your closet for you. It also has some other features. One of my favorite things is that I can set Posture VA to send offers out to anybody who has liked an item, and you can set parameters around it. So for this particular sale, I sent out 50% off offers with $5.95 shipping to anyone who had liked an item, and that item had to be in my closet for more than 365 days, so anything over a year. This feature is relatively new, so I started doing this about 5 months ago, I would say. So I do it once every 6 to 8 weeks to account for those new items that are now over 1 year old. What often happens when I run this sale is that I get other sales because I have a lot of activity, I'm sending a lot of offers, and sometimes other sales roll in. So I'm going to show you the sales that sold because of the sale and then other items that sold in between there. Let's start off with a few things that already shipped. First up was this vintage Miss Mac patent leather tassel studded bag. This was a really cute little vintage piece, and that sold for $20. After Poshmark fees and discounted shipping, my earnings were $14.50. So these are not high dollar items, but they are items that have been in my closet for over a year. So good to move that one. This next item has been in my closet since my first week in business, which was August 18th, 2018. And they're really cute. I have relisted them. These are Vince Camuto Suede stack heel booties in a size 10. I have no idea why these have been hanging around for so long, but they have. I was thinking about bringing back my "Bye Felicia" expression just for these boots because they have been around that long. I relisted them over a year ago, but they've been in my closet for 3 years. I had them at $26, so they finally sold. This wins for lowest profit. They finally sold for $13, $2.95 were my Poshmark fees. My earnings were $8.55. That was like one of the first things I've probably lost money on in years. So these are the boots. I mean, they are so cute. $13. I mean, someone got a really great deal on these. Something else that also already shipped out was this Kate Spade raspberry pink nylon shoulder bag. It sold for $24. I ended up profiting after Poshmark fees and shipping discounts $17.70. That was in my own private closet, but I had that priced at $48. That's been around for some time as well. I don't know, some Kate Spade doesn't move at all. There's another Kate Spade sale in this batch that sold in a couple of days. So you just never know. One item took over a year to sell, another item sold in days for more money. Next up, we have these Stuart Weitzman clogs. And I can't believe these took so long to sell because I thought they were so cool. They're like an olive green. I think these are super cool. I swear I've had these for a very long time. Something tells me these were in like my very first YouTube haul from 2019, January of 2019, but I could be wrong. So even though I've had these for a very long time, somebody sent me an offer on these for $45. So these were not part of the sale. I stand corrected, but I still have had these for a very long time. Those sold for $45. That's great because Stuart Weitzman is a brand that I've been pulling and sending to the RealReal, and I don't think I would have made that much profit at the RealReal, so that was great. The last thing that I don't have with me that sold during the 50% off sale was this at Adidas Alexander Wang half zip fleece jacket. I had this priced at $150. It was a limited edition collab with Alexander Wang, and it sold for $75. My earnings were $58.50. I paid $15 for this. So even after all was said and done, I still made $43.50 after my cost of goods on this piece. This was a really cool piece. There was also a matching pair of sweatpants. Actually, this was $10. It was $20 for the set. The pants sold a long time ago, and then this just sold. And I assumed when I bought the set that it would either sell together or the jacket would sell right away and the pants would sit forever. And the pants sold a very long time ago. This was an outright sale. This is one of those sales when I'm like, oh my gosh, this brand, Geiger, it is a vintage wool sweater. This is a high-end brand made in Austria. It's that boiled wool, definitely I would say a more mature style. I had one of these in stock for the longest time, and I ended up giving it to my aunt who came over and did some shopping in the basement. My Auntie Jackie, who's like in her 80s. But I found this and it was in really good condition. I figured it would sit for a long time. I'm not sure how long I've had this. That was an outright sale for $60 in the middle of all my 50% off stuff. This skirt was an Anthropologie skirt that was so beautiful. Sold for $19. Less Poshmark fees and shipping discount. My profits were only $13.70. So I definitely still made some money on that. I really think the only item that I lost money on was probably the suede boots because I think I paid up for those way back when. This is the Kate Spade that sold very quickly. I just showed this in a recent haul last week. I had it priced at $45 and somebody sent me a $35 offer. Yeah, so $28 was my earnings. I paid about $3 for this. So this was a fast flip for good profit. If you guys watched my video, you saw that recently. So that was a great sale. Another item that was from my last haul video and went to a viewer. Hey, Tommy, how are you? Tommy is my friend who lives out in New York City. He purchased this Patagonia cinchilla. No, it wasn't a cinchilla. It was a better sweater, pullover marsupial sweatshirt. I had this listed for $79. Tommy offered me $62. I paid about $6.50 for it, so that was a great profit on that. Thank you, Tommy. Good deal for Tommy. Good money for me. I love when that works out. And the last item that sold from my 50% off sale was this vintage Miller outerwear boho beaded suede vest. Tried to get all my keywords in there. It is this really hipster suede. Look at the detail in the beading, and then it's ribbed in the back. Some things, you know, you just have to see them in person to appreciate them. So this person got this on the half price sale. I had it listed at $40. And this is the tricky thing with vintage. Sometimes I think that's why vintage does really well on Depop when people are modeling it. I just don't know that somebody could appreciate this. I ended up profiting $14.50 on this after Poshmark fees. But before cost of goods, so if I paid $5 for this, I made $9.50. So not very high profit on these items, but still I moved those pieces, made more space in my inventory. I also made some really great sales in between. I also sold these hunter boots. These are a size 10 gray hunter boots. I got these really inexpensive. They were listed for $79. Somebody sent me an offer for $40. I countered at $50 because they're very big and bulky and I was looking to move them. So she accepted my $50 offer. Those are off to a new home. Also, I accepted kind of a lower offer on these Free People wooden clogs. We're just getting away from the season. I know I bought these at that store in Lakeville that I've talked about before, so they're really cute. I paid $15 for them. I had them listed for $68. I received a $40 offer, and I really contemplated countering on this one, but I was having one of my kind of yes day moods. Yeah, these were originally at $68. They sold for $40. Poshmark fees were $8. I profited $32. And since I paid $15, when I pay up for things and I know that I'm in it for a little bit more money, sometimes I'm happy if I even just double my money, which I did. I doubled my money plus $2. So these are going off to a new home, and it really does feel good just to say yes to offers and just move things out. Just to review, these were sales that were made over a 24-hour period after I initiated the 50% off sale. In total, I sold 6 items through the sale for a total of $171. I know some of those prices were low, but when I averaged them all out, my average selling price, because of that Alexander Wang sweatshirt, really brought it up. But my average selling price was $28.50. If you included the other 4 items that sold within that 24-hour period, my total is $373 on 10 items in total in 24 hours. And my average selling price in total was $37.30 per item, which is great, which is right in line. So even though some of those values seemed really low, overall it was a really successful weekend, and that didn't include anything else I made over the weekend. That was just those 24 hours. I hope you enjoyed this quick video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more 10 in 10 videos, as well as some hauls and other reselling content here at Lori's Boston Pound. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.